second to push you to your limits, going strong and feeling better. But do you feel them? Can you hear them say, come in, cross the line. Seems a little dark in here, trust me, you have nothing to come in, take the start, follow, leave it all behind. Welcome to the other side. Say, come in, cross the line. just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. Just getting started. Just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. Just getting started. Just getting started.
I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we're just getting started. The sound, the vibe, I feel so alive. You're only here for the party. I might just get what I wanted. The sound, the vibe, I feel so alive. I feel so alive. I feel so alive. I feel so alive. Right. Trust me, we're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. I feel so alive. Trust me, we're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. I feel so alive.
Bet it all on me, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me, yeah. Bet on me, I got that high hand, tell them stop playing, wait, whoa, whoa. God sent in the top 10, got me locked in, wait, whoa, whoa. Shot clock with it non-stop, been timeless, tell them pay attention, need a vibe Vans, going Kanye on a wild rant, wait, pop. You know what it is, just throwing a dime, you doubling up, whoa. You know the odds might get a little bad, but they gotta fumble it up, yeah. Put in a prop, it's looking exotic, you know what side it is, ay. You know what side it is, ay. Bet it all on me, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me. Might as well go all in on me. Does when I walk in, just bet it all on me. Bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me. Me, bet it on me. Two player, two play, 2K, somebody other than me. Yeah, you not a brother to me. Whoa, I'm only playing for keeps. Yeah, all of my dogs is outside with it, can't keep on a leash. Yeah, my word, Mona Lisa. Can't pay with a Visa. Walked in with a briefcase and pulled off in a Brinks truck. Bet it on me, your boy. They wanna sleep on a boy. I wanna seek and destroy it. Yeah, yeah. Go put a parlay on a short thing on your boy. Bet it all on me. Bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me. Bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me. Might as well go all in on me. Big does when I walk in, just bet it all on me. Bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it, bet it all on me.
Did you find it with your luck? Got the remedy, we're right into it all. So let's make it last a while. Yeah, let's make it last a while. Let's go out. We can have it all. We can set it all. Take me where you wanna go, and I'll be waiting for you when it comes around. Feels so good. Feels so right in my mind. Let's stay up. Feels so good, I'm alive. Oh yeah. Let's stay up. Feels so good, I'm alive. I want you to take over the stage tonight. I see the blood that you bleed. I need you to make it out of here alive. Breathe out, breathe in, make them fall to their knees. Don't leave it till later.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Esports World Cup Community Cup featuring Rocket League. We are here on Championship Sunday, day number 2 of this incredible Community Cup. I am Rome, joined alongside Hercules for the day. And Herc, I mean, we got to talk about it. How are you feeling after these incredible matches going down yesterday? All right. Well, you know, looking at this right now, looking at how this is all going down with everything yesterday, I mean, we can go ahead and take a look at what we've got coming up. But first of all, before we do that, let's talk about what we've got in the future. The Esports World Cup featuring Rocket League. It's all going down in Riyadh, August 22nd through the 25th. It's going to be absolutely incredible. We've got 16 of the best teams, all different regions from all across the globe, going to be competing for their share of $500,000. It is absolutely insane what these players are going to be able to play for out there. And, you know, we'll see exactly who all is going to be going out there. But first, we got to do these community cups, and the way these community cups have been going is absolutely insane. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket for today. As we will see, GK Esports is going to be going up against Victory Esports in the quarterfinals. And then down low, Bravado Gaming versus R8 Esports is going to be going down in the other quarterfinal matchups. And for the format's sake, the quarterfinals will be best of 5. And then the semifinal matches, as well as the grand finals, will be best of 7. And right here, right now, looking at this, I mean, the way this is going is honestly pretty insane. I mean, we've got Team Falcons and Twisted Minds, who are the favorites right now. But at the end of the day, I mean, GK Esports and Victory, both of them looked absolutely exceptional yesterday. So who knows who is going to take this one? And right now, looking at the prize pool, we've got $5,500 that is going to be going to first. We've got $3,000 that is going to be going to second. And we've got third and fourth that are going to be getting $2,000. As right now, this right here is pretty sizable for a community cup, especially when it comes to Rocket League. You know, you don't really see normally $10,000+ tournaments for community online tournaments. So it's really awesome that, you know, all the regions get to play for this. I mean, we just had Sam, now we've got Mina this week. And, you know, after that, we've got, after Mina, what else do we got? We've got EU next week. And then the following week after that, we've got NA all to close it out. And these are all leading us up to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh. But let's go ahead and look at the schedule for today. First up, we are going to be having GK Esports versus Victory Esports. Then we are going to be having Bravado Gaming going to be going up against R8 Esports. And then waiting in the semifinals is Team Falcons and Twisted Minds. So both of these squads right here are going to be looking to really put their best foot forward in every way, shape, and form. So, you know, looking at this one, the way the day is shaping out, honestly, I feel like anyone will be able to clutch this one up. You know, the way these teams have been playing, all these teams have been absolutely crushing it out there on the pitch. And, you know, the way that things have been going, anyone can pull off an upset. Yes, we've got 2 favorites, but at the end of the day, any of these squads can really pull through.
Oh man, it feels good to be back in the conversation. Hi everyone. Oh my goodness, but yes, the way things have played out so far have been honestly insane. I know a lot of people are going to say that this is pretty much along the lines of how they expected it to go. I don't quite think so. I think some of these teams were a lot more difficult than people expected. I know the GK Esports Victory Esports matchup that's going to be happening here shortly is probably going to be one of my favorites outside of potential Falcons Twisted Minds grand final, right? But it's a long day ahead of us. It's going to be a good one, and I'm so excited to be a part of this.
Oh yeah. You know, we've got a whole lot of incredible matches that we are going to be cooking up that we have got planned for you all. And I mean, listen, this schedule, you can see it is jam-packed. The way that things have been working out, like I stated, it's been an absolute incredible show. So many tight matches, so many tight series. And I mean, I can't wait to get into these matches, quite honestly. It's going to be absolutely insane. I mean, we've got GK Esports and in Oval, Fossil and Yazid going to be going up against Victory Esports and Zazonix, Ghazi, and SQQP. And I mean, that matchup right there, Herc, tell me about our first matchup that we've got. Tell me a little bit about this, because I feel like it's going to be a banger for sure.
This is a crazy one. So yesterday in the upper bracket semifinal, these two teams, one of these teams, Victory Esports, was from Group A, and they were the ones that started in the day having to go up against Team Falcons. And a lot of people would have been like, oh, okay, there's no world in which, they're able to win. These weren't bad matches. It was 3-0, 5-4, and then they won one at 3-2. Of course, that last game was a blowout at 6-1. But the fact that it was decently close gives me a lot of hope for this team, because in the history head-to-head between these two squads, Victory loses every time. DK Esports actually, on paper, is favored in this matchup. It's pretty intense. It's usually about a 3-0, a 3-1. A couple times they've gone to Game 5, but usually DK Esports is that winner. But after the performance I saw yesterday, there is a world where I think Victory is able to take this one. It really is just up to them to show up on the day.
Yeah, I mean, you stated it. Listen, if we're talking about players to look at, players to really watch, if I'm looking at the side of Geekay, right? I mean, this Geekay roster, they've got Oval, Fossil, and Yazid. In my opinion, Yazid is the one to keep your eyes on. So I'm going to ask you, on the Victory Esports side, who's your player to watch?
I usually was going with SQQP just because he's very involved offensively in helping that team get pushed forward. But Zizonix really was that person that was getting a lot of bailouts for the team defensively. And I think that is probably a little bit more important when it comes to this matchup, especially the team as a whole is very capable on, shooting and passing plays and all that. It's just more being able to hold back GK right now, especially, again, you have to remember, historically, they lose to this team. So there is a bit of nerve that comes into play when you're playing up against a team you haven't beat yet. And I don't know. I think Zizonix is the one to really try and power through and help his team win.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the predictions then, all right? People have been waiting long enough. How are you feeling this shakes out? And give me the exact score, all right? Here we go.
Low key, I think this actually does go Game 5. I think it'll be pretty back and forth. But I do have Victory Esports pulling out with a win here. So
okay. Okay, I also see it going 5, but I got it going the other way. I got Geekay taking out Victory in 5. So that's how I see it shaking out. Personally, I saw Geekay yesterday. They were absolutely incredible. They were clicking on all cylinders. They clutched up when they needed to. They had big games. They bounced back from losses. And I mean, look, that's all I need to see, man, to put a little faith behind them. So they've got my vote right now to go ahead and clutch this one up and move on to potentially face off against Falcons. And that's the one thing that we've got to talk about, is the winner of this match is playing against Falcons. So, I mean, how do you feel both of these squads shape up against this Falcons roster potentially?
I mean, when you're talking about the Falcons, right, you're talking about a team that's competed in a finals on land internationally. You're talking about a team that is arguably one of the top in the entire world right now. So it is a difficult thing to try and call either of those teams pulling an upset. It's just the fact that Victory Esports does officially have one under their belt on them that puts my confidence a little bit more heavy. But Corelli and I had an interesting conversation about it yesterday on broadcast, where we said these teams know the Falcons more than anybody in the world because they play them more than anyone in the world. So if there is a chance, it would be one of these two teams. But again, it all comes down to what is your game plan headed in once you're there. And hopefully both of them are headed into this one like, hey, we were already prepped for Falcons just in case. And they are aware they've got a big day ahead of them.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the other thing, is that this right here, this is a money match. Both of the first two quarterfinals matches that we have are straight up money matches. If you win, you are getting paid. You guaranteed top 4, which we all know that top 4 is going to be taking home a piece of this money. So this is a lot on the line with these squads. EK Esports versus Victory Esports. Let's get it on.
So guys, we've got our first matchup of the day, quarterfinals, playoff brackets, Champ Sunday, all the fun stuff is about to go down. But yes, like Rome said, GK Esports versus Victory Esports, two teams from both sides of the original groups. Both made it out through one made it out through lowers, which was victory, and then GK made it through the upper final. But that was where they lost to Twisted Minds. And I don't know. I gotta put emphasis on victory. This is my favorite team to watch. I enjoyed them so much yesterday, and I mean, you can't not. They're such like a shooter heavy team.
No, they definitely are. And I mean, they're picking up right where they left off. No hesitation. 30 seconds in, already finding the advantage. And that's the one thing about this GK roster is when they went down early, that was typically when they did lose the game. But when they went up, they started, reining in the goals, 3, 4, 5 goals per game. And that was really a testament, in my opinion, to the mindset and the momentum that this squad is able to play with. If they start a little bit down, a little bit slow, they might not be able to get a few goals and be able to pull out the victory. But if they start out hot, that's a squad you need to watch out for. And Victory doing a nice job of keeping them at bay for now. That's a nice clearance off to the side for Victory, just trying to keep this one out of their half.
Yeah, right now GK finally getting a little bit of grip onto some pressure as far as putting that towards the Victory net right there. That one to the backboard. No follow-up, or at least a fast enough follow-up, means opportunities are starting to kind of fall away. And it's not that GK is playing bad by any means. It's just these shots are coming in a little bit slow, and it's just slow enough that it makes it extremely savable for Victory. That was a great attempt on an angle there. I know Yazid has been kind of like your player to watch as far as like a striker. And his potential is very, very high, but finally, big clear here for Victory Esports as they try and push their way on into that blue half. But a 50 takes us back mid. And clear finally, Victory back on the front. But again, these plays are very, very short-lived. Demos are coming through. It's a wide open net after that first initial demo there. And there you have it. The response goal finally comes through for GK.
Yeah, Oval able to clutch that one up, and Fossil being nice, not going to take that one from him. Just let that one sail above his head. He said, all right, I'll let you have it. Finds the equalizer. 1-1 game, 2 minutes in. This is going to be a good one for sure. We expected fireworks. I expected a close match, and right now, these squads are delivering.
Oh, yeah. And these are two teams that are very, very familiar with each other. I know I'm reiterating something over and over again, but they have so much experience as far as their head-to-head is concerned. But GK has prevailed pretty much every single time. So right now, Victory Esports, although they had an incredible day yesterday, like you said, GK also, and they qualified through the uppers. So I don't put it past them to, have a game plan against Victory right now. I mean, you saw Oval, it's just pure confidence, wins his first challenge, wins the second 50, and then just pushes this one right in front of Zazonix. He's able to 1v3 an entire team, right? So if you're Victory, you're kind of sitting there scratching your head like, all right, we clearly need to do something completely different than what we've done before. The problem is it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, GK are starting to get a lot of momentum on their side at this point. It might be up to Ghazi, but not able to connect there. It looks like Zazonix is going to recollect this one, going to be able to block that one out and make sure GK doesn't get any more momentum and able to push it any deeper into the Victory half. But the clear by Fossil is going to be big. Oh my goodness, and the follow-up from Fossil was almost enough to put it in. That would have been an incredible solo play. So much pressure right now GK is putting onto Victory. Victory right now are definitely feeling the heat, if I do say so.
They definitely are. It's, again, very quality shots coming out from GK, and they just take as many as they are offered. They don't try and push past that and force more, because they are aware that Victory Esports is capable of those big, long clears. It's just a matter of stopping them, like you saw right here, right in the mid, intercepting them, not allowing them to transition as quickly as they are able to, and like that from Fossil, right? These little touches really just slowing Victory down. So even when you're up by one goal feels like 2 or 3 because the amount of time Victory Esports is ever allotted on the offensive side, it's usually very minimal. And this is one of the better ones. It's an attempt to make a floater. It floats right down, though, into the nose of Yazid. He turns it into a bigger, clear backup field. Ghazi, thankfully, already down deep in that third to slow things off.
Wow. Yeah, that was a great attempt right there from Zazonix. I mean, you can see he sent it all the way across net, trying to catch the defender off guard, and Ghazi going to be able to do the same thing just to the other side. Great setup, great play. We got ourselves a tie game with 40 seconds left.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It is great. It's a great play. It's great communication, though. It was full team effort on this one, but Zazonix leaving that one for Ghazi. Great placement. Puts it back post, and then off the kickoff, they already put themselves back into the lead. That's what you need. Confidence-wise, that's going to shake up GK just a little bit, because right there, you're already faltering. Fossil goes back. Ghazi gets the cheat. It's 1-goal lead with 40 left to go.
I mean, right now, Victory are stringing it together. They needed to have a comeback, and I mean, they've been able to get 2 goals now within a few seconds, and just like that, Geeke are on their heels, but Geeke setting it up off the backboard and in. Yazid is what you need right now, tying it up. We've got ourselves a lot of fireworks in this game 1.
Oh my gosh, these demos and these like half bumps are so crucial and so detrimental at times. Oh man, the game plan worked. You did it. You tied things up. Maybe another one off the kickoff. This one right off the crossbar and out. And it's sent immediately back to the backboard. That's opportunity for SQQP. But again, Yazid, very defensive, solid player for this GK Esports squad. Ghazi, that boost taken from him means he's got to make this play on 0 right now, and Oval takes it back. Huge clear over to the backboard. Zazonix was trying to slow it down. He's got 2 headed towards his face. It's a big clear from Ghazi over to Zazonix, and he's not going to follow it. I think for now, Victory just wants to play the safer game, just defend these last few shots, kill that ball, and we got overtime.
All right, overtime in game number 1 of Championship Sunday. Why not? Oh man, these squads right here, they are ready to put on a show for us, and I don't know, I'm feeling like this one might go for a while. I don't know why. I feel like both of these squads are going to be playing really, really safe, and we'll see if that happens. The bump attempt going to be coming out. Yazid tried to flick it over, but not going to be able to, as it's heading back the other way. Victory now going to try and set up, but Oval's going to be right there to intercept.
This one, stealing and down. You want to talk about safe, but DK keeps throwing themselves up fairly far, just trying to anticipate a transition if it starts to come through. This one off the side, big clear. Ghazi's redirect just with some power, enough to force Victory in that blue half here. And here comes Zazonix. Big demo in the net, but no follow-up is fast enough. And now you got to hope for a 50 on this one, and it falls back out of the net. And a minute into this OT, it's been pretty back and forth in equal parts of pressure on both sides, but Victory Esports trying to have the last laugh.
Yeah, Victory doing a nice job of keeping it in the Geeke half for now. Geeke not really able to get a solid enough clear. Oh, and this spells trouble, and that is going to be it. Zazonix puts it away for Victory Esports. As you can see, the defense started to falter, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Nope. Even SQQP bumping him into it honestly was great help, because it gave it a little bit more speed, whether that was intentional or not. But hey, great effort at the end. Victory Esports prevailing through overtime. You take a look back at some of these replays. I mean, it was full team effort on pretty much every single play that Victory Esports put out. Even the little bump from SQQP getting in on the action helps them get out of that one with a win.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great way to start off day number 1. I mean, if you want to say, or day number 2, excuse me, the first game of the day, if you want to come out and say, all right, we're Victory Esports, we want to put our foot down, you go down 2-1 at one time, and then you say, all right, you know what, let's put our foot on the gas. And that's exactly what they did. And I mean, you saw them flip a little bit of a switch. You know, Geeke had control of this game early on, and then all of a sudden, Victory, they just took the handle and never gave it back.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is due in part to the fact that Victory definitely respects the GK right now and the game that they're able to play against them. So they probably opted a little bit for more of a patient approach, right? Just let GK do their thing, defend them as heavy as you can, and then when an opportunity is given to you like this, you take it every single time.
SQQP. All by his lonesome. Instead of just going straight for it, he dropped it down low, and Geeke weren't ready for it at all. What a great play. Switch things up. And that right there is how you got to improvise sometimes. If you want to get those big plays, if you want to have those big moments, you got to be able to do just that.
Oh, for sure. And even here, back off the kickoff, GK was trying to do something special of their own with forcing a couple of those demos. But Victory Esports, again, they're focused playing a fairly defensive-heavy game because this team does throw so many shots on net all the time. So you do just kind of have to let them almost tire themselves out a little bit, right? And here they come again, Fossil trying to drop this down from the ceiling. GK respecting it. This one just headed back, and it's a full attack from Victory Esports. You saw all three players going for the rush on that one. Instead, they're getting demoed on their way back home, trying to defend a couple of these long clears that are coming out into their side.
Yeah, Victory got very aggressive for sure. SQQP now tried to get it past one, but isn't going to win out that challenge just quite. And here we go. As GK back on the offensive, they get it off the backboard, but all three players from Victory are going to be back, ready to get the clear one more time, and it's back in the GK half. Oval does get a nice touch onto it. See what he can do with it. Is he might be looking from the center off the backboard. He does. It's going to be there, but not enough power behind it, and it's not on target. Ghazi's going to collect this and try and clear this away. Stop this offensive pressure that GK is starting to mount.
Oh, man. And the thing with Victory is there's been a few opportunities to really break past that midline, but again, the follow-ups sometimes are just a bit slow. And that's where they were kind of trailing behind in that first game. Once they were a little bit faster with helping each other push forward or not falling off of a play, that's when things got really interesting. Ghazi tried to send this one over. Zizonix was not quite in a position to turn that into anything, really. And then GK, quick counter. They turn around, work together to try and push forward. It's an infield over to Yazid. Great shot, just a bit wide. But GK, for the most part, when they have the opportunity to score, it's these very, very quality shots.
Yeah, the looks that they've been able to get have definitely been supreme. As right now, Victory going to be trying to start a play of their own. SQQP buys Lonesome, but nobody's going to be down there to help him out. Yazid's going to collect. Send it off to the side, but a nice challenge from Ghazi. It's going to disrupt that just for a little bit, and might have been enough to put GK a little bit on their heels. As now it's going to be in possession of Victory, who do get the clear, and oh man, looked like he just decided to not hit it. He said, okay, maybe I can fake out the defense and not touch it at all. Ended up not working out. But either way, Victory Esports still getting solid opportunities.
They are, and they are still holding on to that 1-goal lead, which is not a good sign for GK, which means you're going to need a lot more time than what you have left to be able to find something, especially if this one goes in. Great save there from Yazid, and a quick turnaround, long shot, immediately pinballed back and forth between both. But then at the end, it's Victory who claim control off this one at the end. This one falling into the mid-oval, just trying to follow it up. Shot from Fossil, crossbar down and in, and this is what I was talking about. When GK Esports score, it is usually a very quality passing play. It's a very quality play in general, and those are very difficult to defend if you're Victory.
Yeah, I mean, extremely hard. I mean, great power behind the shot. Went off the crossbar, a little bit awkward, and just couldn't read it. So that's going to be an all-tied game yet again. These squads have not, and nobody's had a 2-goal lead so far. So, I mean, if this series continues like this, we might even be heading to another overtime, which would be awesome, getting multiple overtimes in the same series, man. That just means these squads, they are playing some seriously even Rocket League, but SQQP said over who? Overtime over what? 2-1 advantage for Victory.
Oh man, this is, I mean, I can only say it so much, but when Victory Esports follows each other up so quickly, they look so dangerous. And that was full team effort from Zizonix all the way down to SQQP. Victory Esports back in the lead, looking to extend it over to 3 here. This one past Yazid, off the backboard. Oval just trying to follow it. It's a great stop in the mid from Zizonix, back over to Ghazi. And they just got to waste that last minute, right? You're playing time at this point. It only takes 1 to win. Maybe 2 would make you feel a little better here. But Victory Esports, great man-to-man on this. Great shots, just slowing things down in this last 43.
Yeah, really nice shot, but a great save there from Oval. Now it's going to be Fossil Gonna look to get the reset. It is going to be stolen away by Ghazi yet again. Oval decided not to go up for the challenge. Instead, deciding to go back to try and get the save, but not going to be able to, because that one was already guaranteed to go in. Zazonix with a beautiful goal right there. Victory Esports get that cushion.
I gotta give props to Fossil because he actually did make the initial save. And that's just unfortunate that the way Oval was headed back just barely tips it right back in. Of course, like you said, it was definitely going in. Zazonix had all the power in the world to keep it going, but to still make that initial save is crazy.
Yeah.
16 left on the clock here, up by 2. Couple last moments. If you can score something with some time left on the clock, there might be a chance. But Yazid stopped in his tracks. 6 on the clock here. Victory Esports just trying to push Geekay all the way back, and they have done it. They waste enough time on the clock that they claim match 2 and match point.
Wow, Victory Esports are letting us know that, listen, this might be a close match, but right now, we've got the big advantage, and we're definitely playing the better Rocket League overall, which I will say right now, they definitely are. And, as good as Geekay has shown that they can be, they've showed flashes of brilliance. At the end of the day, Victory are just clutching up every single time when they need to. And you can see it right there, that the shots are on target, the power's there, the teamwork, the communication. Victory Esports are looking good. And when you got a team now looking this good as well on series point, if you're Geekay, you got to really start to figure things out ASAP. There is no time to waste. And I don't know, man, Victory are looking good.
They look incredible. And again, a lot of this, I think, it was proven yesterday in their series against the Falcons. A lot of teams, when they go up against a squad just that high level, you expect a complete shutout. And the fact that it wasn't that way, again, I said it before, gave me a lot of hope for them headed into today. I think it gave them a huge boost of confidence headed into today as well. And Geekay Esports, they're not even playing a bad game by any means. It's just unfortunate for them that when Victory Esports start to connect and they follow each other up just a little bit more quickly and they turn up that pace of play, Geekay can't quite match that speed.
Yeah, I mean, both of these games so far have been tied with less than 2 minutes to play. So, Geekay have definitely been hanging in there for sure. So, you got some positives to take away from the first couple games if you are Geekay, but you have to be able to build on that and make sure that all the positives that you're allowing for Victory stop coming through, because right now, Victory are just able to put on so much pressure, and really they kept Geekay from having any big amount of positive momentum during that game number 2 specifically. Game number 1, you could feel Geekay start to get a groove, but it never really felt like Geekay had a footing in game number 2.
Yeah, that was the big difference maker, was game 1, Geekay, whenever they were in control, were able to really hold on to it. Victory Esports, though, in game 2, they noticed a lot of those interceptive touches in that midfield, just completely stopping any plan that Geekay had to transition out together. That's what made it so much easier to hold them back. And then now, when Victory has those big clears, you see that second man really far ahead. Unfortunately for them, this time too far ahead, and this one clears right back into that net.
Yeah, not able to get back whatsoever. Fossil able to get the nice touch on it off the challenge, and that clear goes sailing into the net. Nobody back for Victory. And, a little bit of a falter there, but, it happens to the best of them.
Yep, it's a mistake that you definitely have time to correct in this particular game, so it's nothing to fret too much about. But it's a good thing for Geekay. You've got your foot in the door now. You finally have an early game lead, right? You're not trailing and trying to catch up for once, so you can try to build off of this one, and that's what's trying to go down here. This one, staying in that orange half a little bit longer than most. Yazid losing that 50 though, and it goes all the way back into the Geekay half. Trying to follow it is Ghazi here, but great stop from Oval.
Oh, and Zazonix able to get the equalizer there. Yeah, the defense from Geekay was solid for a little bit, but the cleanup crew in Zazonix was able to get it right past Yazid, and nobody else was able to get up for it. That's going to be an all-tied game yet again.
It's such a rough position too for Oval, because he was kind of forced in a position where he has to make 2 back-to-back saves, and just the way his car recovered, just was not in a position to make that second one, and Victory saw that. So now tied game once again. Great response in a great amount of time. That's a good sign from Victory right now. But Geeke got to do this back, double off the backboard, no follow-up. It's just more of a lurk from Oval here, and it gets stopped by SQQP. No boost in the tank. He's trying to just leave this one, and he does. And again, it's just working together to break through past the midfield and just force yourself into that blue half every single time.
Yeah, and giving themselves nice setups as well for some pretty wild plays if they're able to convert. And a lot of these plays are so quick hitting from Victory Esports that Geeke just don't have a lot of time to set up to defend them, and that's what's really been catching them off guard a lot of these times is the quick hits, the quick retaliations from Victory. Right now it's going to be Geeke with a little retaliation of their own, but yet again they just aren't able to get much from it anytime they get possession. They really haven't been able to get big offensive pressure onto this Victory side. And yet again, here we go. Victory up and away. Ghazi, what's he going to do with it? Look for the reset. Not able to get it past Oval, though. It's Oval yet again clutching up on the defense.
Straight back to a reset forward. You saw the lurks from his teammates there. But this is what costed them that first goal at the beginning of this game, right? Pushing up just a bit too far. And I understand, you know, high risk kind of things, but you do have to be able to trust, you know, those first two teammates to make those plays and just rotate back, especially when Geeke's been so much more consistent with their clears. This one trying so desperately to get pushed forward towards that net, but Geeke's defense looks so much stronger than it ever has in the series so far, and just enough to keep this 1v1 out.
Yeah, almost caster curse that immediately. That would have been insane. Yazid with the defense still. Geeke just have to try to find some way to get it out of their half, but Victory Esports are doing everything that they can to put so much pressure onto Geeke right now. But that's the one thing, is that if you just keep on throwing everything in the kitchen sink that you got at this squad, guess what? At the end of the day, you could leave yourself open to a crazy quick counterattack. It already happened once in this game. You don't want it to happen again, and that to be the reason that you end up losing in a game where you had pretty much control what feels like at least a good 4 minutes of it.
Oh, for sure. And right now, both teams are really just focusing on defense, trying to make sure no mistakes are made at this point, and just allowing those opportunities to shoot to be handed at them. Nobody's quite forcing too much for the time being. SQQP over one. Now the force is starting to come through. Demo could open up the net a little bit. It's a center attempt here to Zazonix, but SQQP goes in as the third here, and they're forced to rotate back. 3 seconds left on the clock. Potential another OT right here, but it bounces up. And SQQP gonna let that one hit the ground. We got ourselves another OT. Victory Esports looking to end it all right here.
Hey, 2 overtimes in one series. I will definitely take that all day long. This one has been so close. Geeke have been just scratching at the surface to get into this series. Not able to get one on the board yet. Looking to do it here and start this reverse sweep that they need to in order to keep their top 4 hopes alive. Because right now, Victory Esports are 1 goal away from securing themselves at least $2,000. So right here, this is a $2,000 goal if Victory are able to get it.
Yes, and crazy demos potentially could win you that 2K right there. Big clear field from SQQP. Doubles it, centers it over to Ghazi. This one off the sidewall. Follow up, still slow. Low boost for all of Geeke. And this clear gives them a little bit of breathing room. Trade-off demo sends 2 people back home. And you're, again, if you're Geeke, you're just trying to catch up right now. Victory Esports is forcing a faster game. And this clear, that is a good thing for Geeke.
Yeah, they need as many big clears as they can get. They need as much time to breathe because right now Victory are giving them absolutely none. Oval is able to get this one out, but yet again, they get the clear, but they give it right back to Victory, and it's just another setup yet again. But finally, okay, maybe Geeke are going to be able to get this one, but no, Oval not able to find anyone in the center except for 3 Victory players to pass it to.
Yep, and Victory right now just really working together, letting Geeke come to them, force themselves out of defense. And then they're looking to try and drive this one upfield. But Geeke, other plans off this one. Bad recovery from Oval, just forced into a position he didn't quite want to be in right there. And as you're approaching 2 minutes of overtime, Victory Esports, as back and forth as this has been, have been fairly in control, at least of how quickly this game is being played. Off the backboard, drop down, great save there. And Geeke Esports desperately just want out of their half. They don't want to play defense anymore. They're finally getting there, but they keep getting demoed and sent back home. And Victory Esports doing a great job. Quick counters, bounce up from the corner, center off the backboard here, and this one sent to the side.
Not able to get anything just quite yet. Over 2 minutes of overtime already. Neither squad really been able to get that final steal, that final goal to seal the deal. Is right now Ghazi just drop it down for the defense from Geeke yet again, holding strong. Zazonix, another opportunity, tried to take it off the ground, get it around the defender. Not going to be working out though. Geeke gonna corral this one, get another clear. What are they able to get off of it? Yet again, not much. It's going to probably be going right on back to this Geeke half sooner than later.
There's been so many back passes too from Victory, which is just great signs of communication at this point, right? They're deciding that they want to play a little bit more patient game, not force, the rushes and the counters forward. They just want to lurk back. If a clear comes, they want it to be handed to them, and then they carry it all the way through. That's pretty much what's been happening. But Fossil's shot is going to end all hopes and all dreams of crushing this in a sweep here. Geeke Esports, the patience prevails. And, well, they come out of this with 1 foot still in the game.
Don't bring out the brooms just yet. Geeke said this reverse sweep is on, and they are not going to be stopping whatsoever. That goal is going to give them a ton of momentum. Victory are probably going to be feeling pretty down about losing this game because, like I stated, they were in control for so much of it. It just seemed like Geeke, anytime that they had an opportunity, it was just really, really quick. It was kind of thrown together, but it ended up working out mainly because their defense just held so strong against the onslaught that Victory Esports threw at them.
Oh yeah, their defense was very, very incredible and strong, and the fact that they were able to hold off a lot of those shots on near no boost is insane. But yeah, if as far as Victory was going, a lot of those what would have been very quality opportunities were lacking in a quick follow-up. They needed that one person to really just clean in, tap that final, shot, and they could have closed that out way earlier. Instead, what they needed to do happened to them, and now, Geeke Esports, they get another chance to try and reverse sweep and come back in this quarterfinal.
2 more games is what Geeke need. And they got to get them in a row. It's much easier said than done, but the way that they just played this last game, the way that defense stepped up, wouldn't be all too surprised if it ended up happening.
No, I definitely wouldn't be surprised as well. Also, Game 5 is just in the script for all the craziness that's about to go down today, to be honest. Geeke Esports, though, need another win under their belt if they want to keep trying. Otherwise, this is the end of EWC for you as Ghazi puts this one on in. Victory Esports first on the board.
And I'm sure they're sitting here thinking, where was this in last game? Why couldn't we just clutch it up? And like you stated, you need that last player to commit, to tap it in, and that's exactly what Ghazi did this time.
Mm-hmm. Every single time Victory has been able to follow each other up in a great sense of time. They have looked so good, and it becomes so much easier to get around the defense too. Crazy clear. They're very lucky that shot was off target. Zazonix just wasn't back in time by any means, so they get to walk away off this, but you still got to defend him one more time. Yazid trying to make the angle. It's a setup here for a shot, and Victory Esports having to force Geeke to fall back a little bit. The only way to do so is with a clear, but it's pretty difficult when you're staying boxed in your own half.
Yeah, things are definitely getting a little bit dicey for sure. Fossil able to get the clear. Sends it right up to SQQP. Is going to not really win out on that challenge too badly, but hey, listen, Fossil going to be coming through. Not able to get it past one, but he is going to have a teammate there. Yazid not able to get a touch onto it that he was looking for. Oval off the backboard, but it's going to be going straight to Zazonix. And now Victory with another opportunity off the backboard. It's not going to be there. EK looking for the clear any way, shape, or form that they can get, because right now that was a very scary call coming in for Victory.
Oh man, and there was another one for GK Esports, right? The one thing though I will say is Victory Esports, for as good as you are at taking shots, you do not have anyone back on that defense right now, and you gotta stay there. This is the second time Zazonix has cheated up way too far in rotation, and it's cost them a goal. And I'm talking two separate games, obviously not this one in particular, but two separate times that same mistake has happened. But it does get corrected fairly quickly. The difference maker is how fast does GK Esports build off of this. It's a bump play from Yazid, follow up from the ceiling and down, and GK Esports looking a lot better than they did in that last game.
Yeah, I mean, it's really incredible how GK Esports have been playing this out. I mean, they're sitting here saying, all right, you can have control of most of the game. You know, you can have most of the shots. That's fine. But our defense is going to end up being better than your defense. And anytime you overcommit on the offensive end and we can catch you out, that's how we're going to get our goals. And, I mean, that's how they've gotten a lot of theirs today. It's worked out great for GK so far. Maybe they could just rest on their defense yet again to carry them through this potential reverse sweep, which, I mean, if you get a reverse sweep, Community Cup, $2,000 guaranteed on the line if you win. I mean, that's some impressive stuff right there coming in for GK if they're able to do it.
It really is. And you do have to remember that no matter who you are on either end of the field right now, Falcons is waiting for you on the other side. So you do want to take this, game extremely confidently. You want to have solid shots and plays like this because it just gets harder from here.
Yeah, Fossil gonna be saying, all right, it might get harder from here, but I'm making this one look easy as he sends it all the way across the net. Able to find it with 2 minutes to go. GK have the advantage if they can hold on yet again. And they will find themselves in a Game 5 decider. Oh my goodness, Yazid almost able to put it in right off the challenge. That would have been absolutely massive for this roster. They could have gotten that cushion.
Big opportunity here, and great stop from Yazid as well. Pass over to Fossil, falls right into the hands of SQQP, leaves this one for Ghazi. Ghazi using all in his tank to try and set someone up if anybody's there. Zazonix was. Ghazi, no angle on it. It's fine. It hit the net, but it gets set out by Oval, and that's one of those moments where you're just kind of breathing heavily if you're Victory Esports, like, man, we were so close to figuring it out. Now you just got to keep that same level of pressure up, but GK Esports doing a great job of trying to slow them down, trying to make a double off of nothing right here. And Ghazi's follow, just a bit slow, still wide, and Victory down by 1.
Somehow, some way, GK are holding the line. I do not know how that ball did not go in earlier. That thing was on the line. It seemed like it was definitely on its way, but the clutch defense yet again to be able to boot it on out of there is gonna be the story, really. It hasn't been the GK offense. It's just been their defense. That's really what's been their key to success in this series so far. But looking to potentially push it to that Game 5 right now. They've just got to be strong. But oh man, Victory Esports said it might be looking good for that Game 5, but we still know how to put that pressure on when we need to.
That's just also such a nasty bit of control from SQQP to take that one to the backboard, but turn it around just enough that it becomes a setup. And it was just the rinse and repeat of, if you have someone follow up fast enough and complete that play quick enough, that shot is going to go in. So Victory Esports tie things up, 15 on the clock, potential for another overtime here. Ghazi just really wanting out of his own half here, just trying to kill the clock if possible. Maybe sneak in one more shot at the end here. But GK Esports, one more play. If this hits the ground, it's over. And OT is what we get. Just not enough power to steal that game. But off the rip, back into OT. Victory Esports, a shot of their own. A floater is in, and Ghazi gives Victory Esports a spot in the semifinal.
There is no way that just ended like that. You know, Geeke were probably so hyped thinking that was going to go in. They were going to get the victory, and then all of a sudden it doesn't happen. You're going to overtime, and immediately Victory Esports get the goal. That is heartbreaking for Geeke. Oh my goodness.
My heart goes out to them, honestly. You take a look back at the replays, the times where Victory was just so close to working together. They prevailed, but there were moments, these really brilliant moments from Geeke Esports, though, that showed they had the capability to completely take down Victory. Unfortunately for them, luck just wasn't on their side at the end of the day. Emotion was a lot headed into that last OT there, and Victory prevailed, and they have a chance. Well, they don't have a chance. They get their chance. It's rematch opportunity in the semifinal later for them against the Falcons. But for now, Bravado Gaming and R8 Esports, they're going to have to battle it out to see who gets to go up against Twisted Minds.
Yeah, as we check out our bracket right here, it is going to be, as you stated, Team Falcons going up against Victory Esports, who just took down Geeke Esports in a very solid showing, able to clutch it up there. And our next matchup that we are going to be having is that quarterfinal matchup at the bottom. Bravado Gaming going up against R8 Esports. Both of these squads looked great yesterday as well. So I'm expecting another awesome game. So, I mean, let's break this matchup down a little bit, as the winner of this one is going to be going up against Twisted Minds. So R8 versus Bravado. I mean, on the side of Bravado, you know, we've got Twiz, Vampires, Nader. On the side of R8, we've got Suspect, Talum, and Mawson. And who is your player to watch on the pitch right now?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm valid on staring at all six right now. Yesterday, Nader, though, he definitely had some moments where he had the capability to be that IGL a little bit, just trying to push Bravado forward. But at the end of the day, I think Twiz and Vampires really worked well together in creating a lot of the plays that we got to see. On the flip side of things, Basil, that was kind of my player that at times, if they were a little bit less involved, it felt like R8 wasn't, you know, pushing maybe as hard as they could. But when Basil started to get a little bit more in on the action, R8 became pretty intense. And the cool thing about both these teams, or is at least Bravado right now, Bravado is another team that got to go up against the Falcons. However, they fell to them 3-0. And I talk a little bit about, you know, what your showing against the Falcons can look like for you as far as your day two is concerned. Although it was 3-0, these were 2-goal games, 3-goal games, and one ended in an OT. So they are definitely more than capable of being a top squad. A lot of this just falls into the hands of R8 with how much you are able to put out onto the field.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, I mean, we got to talk about what everyone wants to hear from us. All right, predictions. Okay, we everyone's wondering, oh, what are they predicting? What are they calling? All right, so I'll start this one out. All right, when it comes to this matchup, you know, I watched this Bravado squad yesterday, and they really impressed me. R8 did as well, but I didn't cast over them, so I'm gonna go with Bravado Gaming. All right, because I'm going with what I casted over. I'm gonna go with Bravado. I do think we might see a game 5 this time. I know we called it for the last series. We were very, very close to getting it. Honestly, literally inches away from getting it. If that ball would have went over that line, it was perfectly on target. That's still insane thinking about it. But yeah, I'm going to go with Bravado. I'm going to say Bravado with a 3-2 over R8.
Okay, honestly, I'm in the same boat. I've got Bravado on this one, mainly just because R8 fell to Geeke Esports yesterday, with Geeke falling today. My hope for them wavers a little bit, so I got Bravado. I think this goes 3-1, but we will see. There's only one way to find out.
Only one way to find out, as we are getting things started right here and now. Basil's going to be already up. Is going to be losing out on that challenge, but it might be able to set up his teammate going for the double off the backboard, but not going to be able to connect. Still a lot of pressure coming in for R8 already onto this Bravado half.
And that's what you need too, right? Especially when you're coming into something where you're not quite as heavily favored. You do want to have a lot of pressure and kind of put your stomping grounds forward. They've had a couple solid opportunities. Unfortunately for them, the shots are hitting post or hitting the crossbar right now. But Bravado Gaming, great shot on target, but an even better save.
Very solid save for sure. Here now Bravado able to drop it down. Oh man. R8 able to clutch it up. Pinned it right against the crossbar and we're able to keep it out for now. But Bravado, a solid look for sure. So they're going to be trying to make a setup yet again. They are able to get the center down low. A big save coming in from Suspect this time.
Oh yeah, this has been a very solid first few moments of this game one right now. Pretty telling of how offensive heavy this is going to be for R8, but also the fact that they get back in time to stop these quality shots that have come out from Bravado, right? R8 shots, they're taking, a handful at a time, but they're just a bit off target. Bravado playing the patient game and not quite able to get through, but forcing R8 to play strong defense. And you see it, Basil going back, collecting that boost there. He sees the challenge headed his way from Vampires, and Vampires 50 goes off into the corner.
Not able to get anything just quite yet, or either one of these squads. We've had a lot of close calls, though. Both of these teams seem to be playing a little bit more of a defensive game. Not too many overcommits just quite yet on the offensive end, but I'm sure that we'll start to see that heat up just a little bit as these teams get a little bit more warmed up, a little bit, are able to feel out each other a little bit better and know exactly what type of play style the other squad's going to be playing, how they can exploit it, and maybe we'll have to wait till game 2 before we start seeing fireworks. But we know that both of these squads are very capable of turning on the heat on that offensive end.
Oh, for sure. These are two very, very solid teams, and the fact that it has been scoreless and this close throughout this first half of the game is very telling of what the rest of the series is going to look like here. Suspect, he tried to spot out his teammate, just immediately the idea of that play forming gets cut off. And Bravado, they're just doing a great job of stopping R8 in their tracks when possible, even on low boost right here, right? You see it. They're working together to just inch forward every single time in that R8 half, just try and take one or two decent shots towards net. But this time, they're coming in a little bit fewer and farther in between.
And I will say, big shout out to Rocket League for adding the boost to the spectator so that we can visually see, when these players are out of boost and all that stuff. That was just a great addition. So, props to Psyonix for that one. For sure oh man, that's going to be Suspect with the first goal of the game. You saw it coming a mile away. It was a great setup. Talem leaving it off the backboard perfectly for him.
Yep, it's a very, very solid play. A lot of the things, I think one common denominator play we've seen throughout this weekend is if that backboard isn't defended, then that is more than enough space to create a very solid play for a team there. So R8 Esports taking advantage of that backboard and just communication in general. First on the board, Bravado looking to answer right here. Out into the corner, follow up, just a bit slow. And this one gets sent back into that orange half. Try and pinball it forward, but Basil, other plans reset over one.
Oh.
Tries to force this one through, and Nader keeps this out.
The defense yet again holding strong as R8 trying to get their second goal on the board, but Bravado Gaming are not allowing it whatsoever. And I say that, but Talem, he says, Rome, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? He says, Rome, be quiet. 2-0 for R8. Bravado not able to stop any type of offensive pressure that R8 are putting on him right now.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely just... I feel like the name of the game a little bit for R8 is just take your shots, wear down the defense. Eventually, something is going to fall through. But I don't know. It's 43 seconds. You want to say that there's a world where there's enough time, but unfortunately, Bravado just are never even allotted the opportunity to take shots anymore, especially with this one going in. 3-0 at 35 on the clock is you're forced in miracle territory.
Yeah, Basil going to be clutching this one up, getting the cleanup right over two defenders. 35 seconds left. R8 in perfect position to take this early advantage in this series. And we all know how big game ones are in these best of fives. If you're able to set that early tone, it could be a recipe for success for you and your squad.
Oh, for sure. You have an opportunity here, though, Nader. Sees a little bit of light in that tunnel and sends that ball right there. You saw him and Vampires going all the way forward. I think Vampires actually wanted originally a bump on Basil and instead just flipped off to the side. Could have been a mind game thing. Could have been a misclick there, but 1 on the board isn't a bad shout when you got 23 left on the clock. Unfortunately, they're in their own half. That 4th goal comes through from none other than Basil, and R8 just making this so much more impossible for Bravado to come back.
Yeah, R8 right now doing a great job of keeping that momentum into this game number 2. They do not want to give Bravado any type of good feelings heading into this next game. You know, they want to make sure that R8 has all the momentum and Bravado aren't able to sniff any of it. But I say that, and man, Bravado have some nice setups, and there it is, a nice cleanup as well to it. And I will say, if R8 didn't answer back and get that quick goal to get that 4th one, we'd be feeling a little bit worrisome right now about R8, but having that extra cushion is going to be huge. 10 seconds left. Bravado going to need the miracle.
Dangerous territory here for Bravado. I mean, you're going to want every win you can, and I'll talk about a little bit why here in a second, but 2 left on the clock means there's just no time left to come back. R8 Esports, they're going to win this one 4-2, and for the memes, drop this one in front of their own net, but congratulations to R8. They take that first win, which is a huge confidence booster for themselves, although not too necessary when you're playing such a solid game.
Yeah, I mean, it was overall a great showing. It seems like, you know, they took that momentum that they had from yesterday's last match and said, you know what, we'll carry it over right here and now. And, you know, this squad just looked really good. You know, the offense was clean, the defense was solid. They made sure that Bravado, anytime that Bravado had good looks, they made it hard for him. I will say that. And that's all you can really ask for, is if a squad is getting great looks at your net, if you can just make it difficult, that's really all you can do. And they did a great job of that, able to get some super clutch saves. And I mean, hey, shout out to R8. I didn't see it coming. I didn't think that it was going to be, you know, that many goals, especially in game number 1. I thought it was going to be a little bit slower pace, but these squads are coming out firing today.
Oh, for sure. This is, again, this is what I wanted to talk about a little bit, is their personal head-to-head history, because I know I based my prediction off of R8's results yesterday, them falling down to GK Esports 3-1 and then winning in Game 5 against Endless. But as far as these two are concerned alone, R8 Esports wins almost every single time. Their series win score is 6-2 overall, and they outshoot them 52-47. So I now see and understand, you know, why so many goals are coming out, because that is fairly normal for R8 against Bravado. It's Bravado's game to try and win right here. They've done it before, but it was in a Game 5. So if that is something we see, you know, this is a long road ahead of you if you're Bravado Gaming.
Oh yeah, very, very long, lonely road right now. Bravado gonna need to try and get some type of spark, because right now it's been R8 that have doused any type of hope that this Bravado squad have been able to accumulate so far in this series. 1 minute in right now, Bravado doing a solid job of keeping it on this R8 half. They need to win out this challenge, though. Nader's going to be able to collect it, get the clear. Is he going to get the second touch? He is. Off the backboard, the center's there, but it's blocked away by R8 yet again. Another close call coming in, but the defense solid.
This one up the sidewall. Vampires denied the pinch, and Nader enough in the boost. Off the ceiling, he sees Vampires, but suspect other plans. That player has been very heavily involved defensively to keep R8 Esports just consistently defending everything Bravado sends their way. And Bravado just working together. Back pass shot just a bit wide off this one. 3:20 left on the clock. This is the best Bravado have looked in a few minutes here, but this is immediately back to normal. R8 Esports just taking shots at that orange net.
yet again. And, you know, it's the defense that's super solid, leading to offensive opportunities for R8. Another big bump going to be coming out, trying to set something up, but nobody's going to be back home. Everybody's going to have to back on up and restart this push if you are R8. You see all three players right in front of Nader. He's going to give this one up. Suspect's going to be able to collect it, get it past one. And now we've got a play on our hands. The center's there. Off the backboard, and the double's there. Basil able to connect there. Beautiful setup, beautiful counterattack coming in from R8 Esports.
I got to give it a huge amount of respect to R8. They haven't been forcing challenges in the mid. They're kind of just letting Bravado hand that ball over to them. But then those counters, they come in so quickly that if you're Bravado, you're thinking, oh, we made it in. We made it past the line, and we can turn this into a play. And what they're not realizing is R8, as soon as they have a touch on that ball, this is immediately their game. So Bravado just a little bit outpaced on that last play there. Great shots overall, and R8 first on the board, first to lead means dangerous territory for Bravado.
Is it really all that surprising, though? After the way that they were playing in game number one, to finally be able to crack the defense of Bravado, I don't think it is all that surprising. I mean, this squad right now, they've shown that the defense can be solid, and they will take these counterattacks and run away with them. It's now going to be dangerous for Bravado, because you got a minute 45 left. You know you have to score. You don't want to overcommit, because that could leave your net open exactly the way that it was for R8's first goal in this game. So, I mean, you really got to be careful in how you're approaching this if you're Bravado.
Oh, for sure. Again, a lot of it is coming down to how quickly can you follow each other up to get around those last defenders there. But unfortunately for them, R8 Esports, their game plan and their zoning is just so far spread out that it is really, really difficult to get around them right now. And a minute 15 on the clock, it's not impossible to find one goal to tie things up. I mean, Bravado's done it before already. The difference is R8 is in your half, and even though they're taking these wide, long, slow shots, they're wasting time that Bravado need to be able to make one of those last few plays.
As now they've got less than a minute left to make one of these heroic plays that they're going to need. So maybe this is going to be the start to it here and now, but everybody from R8 is back and ready to play some solid defense yet again. Basil looking for the center. Is going to get broken up, though. Now it's going to be Bravado able to send it back down to the R8 corner. The question is, are they going to be able to set something up off of it? Finally, the shot comes through, but Basil's right there for the challenge to get the save.
He's still going. Nice moments of pressure from Bravado. And you see Van Peers goes up for a challenge, misses it, and that's just immediate attack from R8. I mean, I feel like I've seen this a handful of times already where one person goes up, they get a miss, and